Hey, it's BT. On this episode of Tales from a Gemini, I talked to Amari Arnold, who is going to be a motocross champion. I can just tell right now. And his mom. I've talked to racing parents before. It was the first time it's a racing mom. And I was so embarrassed. You'll see from the interview. I was so embarrassed. I never thought that it was the mom. The parent was the mom I was talking to. So I apologize immediately for that. And this was beyond fun. This guy is a star. You can tell by when we first started talking, he's a star. And the great thing about it is it's a great family. The mom is there keeping him on the straight and narrow. So you're going to love this talk with a future motocross, supercross champion, Amari Arnold. Enjoy. Oh, here we go. We're ready to go, boy. Thank you, sir. Right. This part never gets old, and I say it all the time, I don't care. 1, 2, 3. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tales from a Gemini with BT, and today I am so excited. Everybody knows I'm a wannabe who never got to be when it comes to riding motorcycles and dirt bikes, whatever. And so that's why I'm trying to live it now. I'm riding motocross now, and so I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I see this kid who just looks like a star. I'm like, this kid's a star. So I said, I gotta follow this kid, right? I know it sounds bad, but I gotta follow this kid. And so I'm following him, and everything he posts, it's positive, but he kills it. And so I gotta see what this kid's about. And then so finally I go, I need a guest, and I go, why not talk to this kid? And this kid's a 2-time runner-up, national champion, and he just looks like a star because he is a star. Let's hear from Mr. Amari Arnold. How you doing, Amari?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. And his mom, by the way. And I'm going to start off by apologizing to the mom because I said, well, you know what? I'm going to hit this kid up, but I'm going to say, talk to the parent first. And I hit him up on a direct message, and I said, hey, tell your dad I want to do on a podcast. And she goes, this is his mom. And I go, you know what? That was so male chauvinistic, and I didn't even mean for it to be. So I'm gonna start off by apologizing and saying, please forgive me for that. I meant no disrespect, and so I'm gonna say, please, from the bottom of my heart, I apologize.
No worries.
And I think this is great though, because I never thought of that, because you stay out of the limelight. You take the pictures and the videos. And I didn't know anything about it until I went on YouTube trying to find something about him. And it said Amari's Mom Productions. And that hit me right in my heart. And I love that, man. Now, how did that come about with you doing the production for Amari? And how did you how did you get into dirt bikes in the first place, Amari?
Well, I used to watch this kid, Hayden Deegan. You probably know him. Yeah. And so me and my older brother used to watch him a lot. And we really liked, how he flew in the air. And then I just told my mom I wanted a dirt bike, and she bought me this little Razor.
Yeah.
It's like a little electric bike. And we used to go to Elsinore for 30 minutes and just ride there.
Without we died.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it like a love it, when you first got it, you knew that's what you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Now, how is that? Now, how old were you when that happened? How old were you?
I was probably 7 or 8.
I got
Well,
I got that little Razor thing as a fun toy for the front yard.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
6
for
or
the front
7.
yard, and then we started going to the track.
Yeah.
Okay, when did you realize, okay, I got to take this kid to the track because he's going to ruin my front yard or something's going to happen?
Well, no, he's crazy. When he was 2, he was still in diapers, and he had no training wheels on his bicycle, and he was asking me for a ramp. And at that moment, I knew I had a crazy one. So, I'm more afraid that he doesn't, he's just fearless.
Well, all kids are fearless because nothing really hurts, I mean, now I'm dealing with an injury now that's probably going to take for the rest of my life to heal. But I remember last week, I was supposed to have him on last week. Anybody doesn't understand. Last week I was supposed to have him on, but he was getting an MRI done. And now he's like, yeah, I'm right now. Everything's good. If I have an MRI, I'm not riding for 6 months. And you had an MRI and you're riding now. How did you, first of all, at 2 years old, how did he tell you at 2 he wanted to ramp?
He was Well, he was like the end of 2. He was talking. But he still had his diaper on. I'm like, bro, if you can ride a bicycle, why do we have a diaper on? Side story. But yeah, I don't know. He saw like those little black bicycle ramps like around the neighborhood. He's like, I need some of those for my bike.
He's in a diaper, but he goes, I want a ramp, Mom. He goes, really?
Yeah.
How about we potty train you first, and then you get a ramp?
Yeah. Earning.
We potty train you, and then you get a ramp. It's all about priorities, Amari. First you get potty trained, and then you get the ramp.
Now we know where his priorities are at.
Well, Mom, how did it start for you, Mom? Because okay, now we got Amari, but how did it start for you? Like how many kids do you have, and how did this all start for you?
Well, I have 5 kids.
Wow, are you serious?
Yes.
And where does Amari fall in? Where does Amari fall into that?
I'm the second oldest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The oldest.
it's loud here.
Yeah.
But 4 boys, the littlest one's a girl, so it's a lot of energy. I've tried dirt biking. I've let Elijah, my oldest, Amari, and then the one underneath him. They all ride, but he's the one that was like most passionate.
Okay.
So we started kind of getting into like races, bigger races, and everyone was like, "Yeah, you need a trainer."
Really?
So because we went into it so brand new and nobody's ever ridden in our family.
Uh-huh.
So we didn't even know that like kids ride on the off days. I thought we just show up to the races and we just like go fast. So we were not prepared for any of that.
Yeah.
So we found a trainer at that point. It was Zach Petty, and he was he was great.
Yeah, he was a great trainer.
So, and then we moved on to Kyle Lewis, and now we've just been with him.
Now, were you ever athletic growing up? Did you do any sports, Mom?
Yeah, I played volleyball. So through community college, and
Were
then
you
I coached.
You were outside hitter or a setter?
Outside hitter, and at that point we didn't have liberos, so I was a middle back also.
Look at you, Mom.
No, I know.
Well, growing up in Southern California, did you have a chance to go pro beach volleyball?
No, that wasn't. Right, I'm aging myself again. That wasn't even a thing. It was just for fun. Like we would go play beach volleyball, but it wasn't in college.
Well, what community college? Because I grew up in Southern California a little bit. Where?
Palomar.
Okay, I don't even know where that is, but okay.
It's in San Marcos.
Okay.
It's like in between Oceanside and like Valley Center on the 78.
Now we're talking. Okay, so you get through community college, no 4-year school, and then when did the baby start coming?
Well, I actually got married, and then had Elijah and Amari, and through that time I went to Cal State San Marcos and got my degree in kinesiology, and then I had Dre, and then I got divorced.
Okay.
And then I had my littlest 2, who are now 4 and 6.
4 and 5.
He's almost 6.
I didn't
love
even
it.
know that.
So
Surprised if I forgot my kids' ages though.
So your house has got to be fun. You're a kinesiologist, so you can fix Amari up yourself.
No, I don't trust myself.
That is awesome. That is great. So you had the kids.
Yeah.
Amari comes. So around 2, he wants to start riding bicycles. And then when does bicycles turn into motorcycles?
By the time I started watching YouTube.
It's like 7.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
And then you saw Hayden Deegan, and that's what changed your life around.
Yeah.
Danger boy.
Now, how did you know you didn't want to like do just freestyle, or how did you know you wanted to race? Because his dad is more of a freestyler and more. He kind of changed the game, actually.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like the way like the freestylers always get hurt, and the big jumps. I don't know why, but the big jumps seemed like too big at the time. But Supercross always just looked fun because you could hit like different lines and stuff, and you could like double and triple. So. Yeah, that's why I wanted to race.
Now, what's amazing is I've talked to 2 families whose kids do road racing, and one of them said his kid wanted to motocross, and he goes, it's too dangerous, so we just went road racing. And it's amazing now that you do that you do motocross. Now, do you think motocross is as dangerous as road racing, or have you ever thought about doing road racing?
I don't know. That depends, because if you get ran over in road racing, I'd probably just quit forever. but I've been ran over.
You've been run over anyway.
I've been ran over in motocross. It only hurts for like 5 minutes. That's it. But road racing though, if you fall, you just slide everywhere, I think. Yeah, I mean it probably hurts for sure.
Well, but they got leathers on, they got leathers on. I mean, they're padded and they're young. They're like you, so it's not gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt for maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know though, because those bikes go fast.
Yeah, but I've seen some gnarly crashes in motocross. I mean, you've seen the what can happen. And I want to ask Mom that, like, how much is that, like, I mean, are you holding your breath every time he gets on that bike and goes out and does a double or goes through the whoops? Like, are you, I mean, how do you deal with that as a mom? That's your son, because I have my roommate's son who I live with, and I lived with him for the last 7-8 years. And when he just has a wreck on a bicycle, I'm like, oh man, and it affects me. So how do you deal with that, watching him race and maybe having a crash?
Well, I'm kind of stuck between like two different positions, because I'm usually yelling at him to go faster or to hit the jump.
Yeah.
Like, go hit the jump, like everyone's doing it. Da, da, da. But then like I kind of have to like hold back. Like, I can't tell him to hit these jumps, because if he gets hurt, then my mom guilt comes. So I'm like, that's why I have a trainer. So the trainer can tell him to yell. But usually I'm not like scared when he's riding, because I know he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm more like hit it, go faster type person.
Really?
I'm the competitive,
like a 50 mom.
I'm too competitive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a 50
Yes,
mom.
you are.
No, I'm not. Those ladies are crazy.
No, what kind of mom did he say? What kind of mom?
Like a 50 mom,
like a PW, like the little bike. Yes. The parents, the parents are the craziest on like the peewees. Like when we first started, he was on a 50.
Yeah.
And I was watching like the little PWs come around like on one of our first races, and this little baby boy like with this huge bobblehead helmet was like he tipped over, and the dad jumped the fence, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna go save his son. He's all, get the F back on your bike, and he's like picking him up and putting him back on the bike, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah, but you're saying they're crazy, but you guys are doing the same thing. I mean, you're going, come on, Amari, go faster. I mean, that's your son. I mean,
it's inside. I kind of try to hold it in.
Yeah.
While you're racing, can you hear Mom, or can you feel her while you're racing, or do you know she's yelling, going, Mom?
No, I know she's yelling, because because I used to wear a mic when I rode, but that was the most annoyingest thing ever, because there's like this supercross track called Hemet, and we would go there, and there's these supercross doubles I was super scared to hit, because one of my friends got hurt on them, and she kept screaming at me to go do them, and so I kept trying to turn off the mic and everything. It was so funny.
He was trying to press it off. Yeah.
Well, listen,
but, did he hit the jumps?
Yeah.
And he survived?
Sometimes I did.
Well, you know what, Mari? That's peer pressure, and that's also child abuse. So if you want me to, I can make that phone call, and then I can come live with you, Mari, and then I'll coach you, and Mama be out the picture.
Oh, good. Enjoy the other 4 that come along with him.
No. Just Amari. I just want him. That's it. I just want Amari, and then I'm gonna make it super cross champion. Then we'll get the family back together. How about that?
Oh my God.
But that's great. I love that. So now, okay. So if he does get hurt, and he's had his share of crashes, I'm sure, right? It's supercross.
Yeah.
It's motocross. Okay. Like, what's the most like the worst crash you've had so far to date?
Probably the most recent one, the one I just had, because I landed in a pothole. So we were at Bakersfield, California,
Okay.
And there's
Ugh,
this tabletop, and I was trying to pass this kid, so I went to the right side and I hit this jump, but I kind of cased it, and I didn't think much of it because it was just a tabletop. So when I cased it, I didn't realize there was like a big pothole, and I landed in that, and I started going over the bars, and then I don't remember anything. And then I woke up, and then I was still tumbling on the ground.
You don't remember anything. You wake up and like, oh my, I'm still crashing.
Yeah.
So you were knocked out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Did your mom still make you do stuff like homework and stuff after that?
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, we're gonna have a little talk after this. I think, Amari. I think.
He hurt his left side. He's right-handed.
Yeah,
he can still do work.
Because every single arm injury I've had is always on the right hand, so I got really lucky.
Okay.
So she would help me write my homework.
Did she do your homework? Did she do your homework for you?
Huh?
Did she do your homework for you? Tell the truth.
No, she just wrote it.
Okay. So you gave her the answers and told her to write it.
Yeah.
And she said, "Wow, this is going to be wrong," but he told me to write it. I can't give him the answers. Yeah.
Well,
I don't
She
buy.
was still screaming at me.
I don't buy this at all. I don't buy this at all. Mom, you did his homework. Tell the truth. You did his homework for you.
Well, I'm his teacher, so.
Oh, is he homeschooled?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna get A's anyway. No, I mean, what?
Oh, he's.
What mom is gonna flunk her kid?
I would.
No,
Yeah.
no. The best thing, because we were trying to come up with a time to do this, and I said, "How about this time?" You go, "He's got to get his schoolwork in." I thought this is great. Now I find out he's homeschooled. He could have done this anytime. Here I'm thinking he's coming home from school. He's on a school bus. He's got to get his work. I'm like, oh, what a great mom. Now I find out he's homeschooled. He could have done this anytime. You could have took a break. We could have done this, and then you could have went back to school. I mean, it's not like she's gonna flunk you. You know what I mean? I mean, the worst comes to worst, you'll go to community college, just like your mom did.
Like mommy, like son, like mommy.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great, man. I love this, man. Okay, so when did you know that you had a little bit something special? Because, I mean, Southern California, I'm talking around the world. Southern California is known for its motocross. I mean, even around the world, I feel like no place is almost the birthplace of motocross than Southern California. So how did you know, with all the kids riding, that, you know what, I got a little bit something extra? And how did you know, Mom, that, you know what, I think he's a little bit ahead of the curve on these kids? When did you know? And when did it sink in for you guys?
He's asking you.
I think, I don't know if I've ever thought like as much as like, oh, he's better than anybody.
Right.
But I knew that he had motivation to try until he catches on.
Yeah.
He's just not a quitter. Like if he couldn't get something and he saw somebody else do it, he's more along the lines of, well, I don't want to stop until I can do that also.
Yeah.
So I think that's what drove me to continue supporting his passion. And now it's just, he's finally kind of catching on and catching up. So it's fun to see his journey.
And where did that come from, Amari? Where does that come? Where does it come from in you that you go, okay, I'm gonna get it right? I mean, this is what I want. I mean, honestly, because I mean, it's a different generation, and I'm not afraid of saying it. I mean, because growing up, and that's why I say this in the beginning, because I never had YouTube. I didn't have that stuff. You know, I had a 50, and I would go out. And, and our Supercross came on like the Tuesday after it came on the Saturday. And we didn't know it was coming on. We got lucky and watched it. And we didn't know how to do jumps. I didn't. So everything was trial by rote. And now, not saying you have it easier, but you have a template to look at. Like, okay, I can look at this YouTube video. Okay, I can find out how to jump and how to everything. But how did that inside of you come from? Where did that come from? Like, okay, I'm gonna try until I get it right.
Well, because I wanted to be a pro, because I want to be like James Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, really. I just liked watching James Stewart videos, and I kind of just wanted to be like him. So I always wanted to try until I could get it. So I could, I don't know, just be a pro.
Okay. I mean, no, I mean, I like to find out where that inspiration comes from, because when you're a kid, And I don't mean disrespectful as your kid, but I mean, there's a lot of interest growing up as well. You should. And that's what I love about looking at your Instagram. You do everything, man. You skateboard, you go swimming with your friends, you go, bicycling, but that's the way I personally think that's what you're supposed to do. I saw you play flag football. I saw you doing all that. And I think that's what makes you a well-rounded person to where you don't get burnt out on motocross. Am I right on that?
Yeah.
Oh, now do you play other sports also, or are you just strictly motocross?
Well, I'm starting to do football, but that's not as strict as motocross.
Yeah. Now, what position? You're gonna be like a wide receiver?
Yeah, wide receiver and running back.
No, play wide receiver because you got the hair, and chicks love it when the hair's coming out of the back of the helmet. So they'll be like, "Oh my God, who's that?" And you did a little thing like that when you take your helmet off. Did a little head shake. Trust me, chicks will. They'll go, "Oh my God, who is that?" You go, "That's Amari."
Oh yeah.
What does it?
We just watched on YouTube all the tackles of people grabbing the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Yours is natural though, so they won't be able to catch you. I mean, if you're fast enough, they won't be able to catch you. And you just have like a cool name like Double A. You know what I mean? Like, who's that? My name's Double A. And you do that like that, and they go, "Oh my God." You know what I mean? I mean, how great is that? Plus, you're being homeschooled also, and by your mom. You guys realize you're sitting on a gold mine right now. This kid's talented in motocross, and he can go football. He's got the look. He's got the smile. I mean, he's got the supermodel looks as a kid. Take the helmet off. He's got the locks. I mean, honestly, you're sitting on a gold mine right now. He might be 12, but the money he's going to bring in, I guarantee you, he'll be a millionaire and I'm going to say this, he'll be a millionaire by the time he's 16. I'm going to say it right now.
That would be rad.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, no, it won't be no hope. You will, and that way mom won't have to homeschool you anymore, because I know she's not giving you good lessons. She went to community college.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's community college, so I mean, her education is not that high up. So I mean, you can go to a good school. Mom, I'm joking, because I went to junior college also. Mom's like
8-year, 4-year degree.
Yeah, an 8-year, 4-year degree. That's it. And listen, Amari, are you tired? Why are you yawning?
No. I just woke up like an hour ago.
You just woke up? When I was your age, I used to wake up at 7 and do push-ups.
I usually wake up at 6.
But what happened? Long night?
Yeah.
Like, what were you doing?
My friend was calling me at 11 o'clock asking me to play.
11 o'clock at night?
Mm.
And your mom allowed that, 11 o'clock at night?
No.
Oh, so you snuck that in. You snuck it in and mom didn't know about it until just now?
No, he hung up on him. He was like, "No, bro, I'm going to sleep."
What a good son you have. At least that's what he told you.
That's what he told me.
Yeah, he put it on.
I swear.
He put it on silent and go, "Hey, listen, mom's listening, okay? I want to act like I'm asleep, but just text me."
Yeah.
What you don't know is he has a burner phone that you don't know about that he bought at Best Buy. He's going, "Mom don't know about this."
Yeah.
So he had a long night last night. That's why he's yawning at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, long night. Probably eating cookies, having a sugar crash. Okay, my bad, Amari. So let's get to the part about, okay, when you started racing in the beginning, were you nervous? Were you scared? Or were you just more and just excited, chomping at the bit, as we say?
I was like super excited when we got there, but then when I saw how many kids there were, like my first race, when I saw how many kids there were, I was so nervous. And then when I got on the gate, I was even more nervous. And then right as I got off the gate, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is so fun." And then I was just super excited because I was in like 3rd place. And then it was like the best day, like kind of worst day. And there's this little tabletop, and I hit it like completely sideways because I saw 2 kids ahead of me, 1st and 2nd, but they were like speeding away from me.
Yeah.
And I hit the tabletop, and then I like flew off my bike and just landed on my back. And then I don't know how the heck I didn't quit from that.
You actually raced the next race.
I raced the next race.
Yeah. Did you? And Mom, when you saw that, what was your feeling, Mom, when you saw him fly off and your kid landed? I mean, he's crashing his first race. I mean, what are you thinking?
Dude, I was like, what have I done? What have I signed my kid up for?
Yeah.
Like I was just looking around, like even at the gate, it's so nerve wracking because all these kids seem like they know what they're doing, and their parents are all sweeping the cement, and I'm like, why do they have brooms out here? Like, why are they really sweeping the cement? You know. Now I'm one of those parents that I sweep the cement, and I don't know why, but like his all his gear, his like protective gear was on the outside of his.
Yeah,
we didn't know what to do.
I had the knee pads outside of my pants.
Yeah. So by the time he went, I was like, oh dang, he's doing good. There's probably like 20 kids, you know, whatever. It seemed like a lot to me.
Right.
And I saw him, it was like the furthest jump. It took me like a day to get back over there to see if he was okay. It felt like forever. And I was like the whole time like, oh my God, this is horrible. Like we can just ride for fun, like all this stuff. And then he's crying and I'm like, are you hurt? And he's like, I was third. And I was like, wow, I ran.
That is great to hear. I mean, honestly, that's when you know, like, uh-oh, I got a problem, but it's a good problem. You know what I mean? If his first thing he said was, I was third, that means he's got that in him. That is great. So, okay, so you start progressing. When did you win your first race?
Like forever.
Oh, that took a long time. Probably like 3 years ago at was that Comp Edge?
It was a 65 beginner race.
Yeah, it was at Comp Edge, I think.
No, that was when you actually got a podium. It took him like a year just to get like a second place.
Yeah, my first. Oh, I know where it was. It was that Academy series, but it was before that when it was like that summer motocross series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little local race, and he was leading, and I think that's the first time he's ever led a race.
Yeah.
But that's good though. I mean, honestly, that's good though, because you know you always want to, as long as you see progress, that's what it's all about, and that way it makes you appreciate when you do start winning consistently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's great. So taking me to Loretta's and being a two-time runner-up at the Nationals, man. I mean that's the biggest. That's for when it comes to motocross. And my producer Wyatt knows nothing about motorcycles. So when I talk, I'm speaking to him because he has no idea what I'm talking about. But for amateurs, Wyatt, it's the biggest race ever. I mean, for people.
No, it was arena cross.
Oh, you went to arena cross?
Mm-hmm.
He went to Loretta and he got like
20th,
21st. I think 21st.
Did it blow your mind in Loretta? Like you like, wow. I mean, did you get intimidated or did you realize I got to step my game up?
Well, I for sure got intimidated at the gate because there was there's not one slow kid there at all. But yeah, I realized I didn't realize how fast those kids could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
you got to get your starts.
Yeah. Basically, the whole race was just starts because if you don't get a good start, then you can't hit the rhythm section. And if you don't hit the rhythm section, first lap, then every other kid ahead of you that hits it is going to be like 13 seconds ahead of you.
Now, when that happens, okay, now when you come in and you didn't have a good race, are you mad at yourself? Are you in a bad mood? Are you like ho hum? What's your mood when you come in after a bad race?
Kind of mad.
Now, does your mom help or hurt the situation? I mean, are there times you want to go, hey, Mom?
She either gets mad at me because she thinks I did bad, or she tells me it's okay, we'll try again.
Have you ever been like, have you ever said to yourself, like, hey, Mom, could you like not say anything right now because I'm not in a good mood?
Yeah, it depends if she's had coffee.
So when Mom's all caffeined up, she's hard to deal with.
No, she's happier when she has her coffee. She has like 3 coffees. It's more like coffee with sugar instead of a little bit of sugar with coffee. So it's like she's just eating like pure sugar.
So here's what you do, Amari. For Christmas, get Mommy a cappuccino machine.
I have one.
Oh, you do? Oh, well, get a mobile cappuccino machine, and she'll be so easy to deal with. You know, you get through with your race, you wasn't a good race, and Mom be like, it's okay, son. You go, okay, Mom's all caffeined up. I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or just a Starbucks card.
You know what? There you go. I might send you guys one, for doing this, and I want you to have a good career. So I might send her a Starbucks card with an unlimited Starbucks card.
But you were right when you said second in the nation, but it was for arena cross.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. It's still racing, man. You're still doing a thing. Now, what's the difference between arena cross, if you can explain it for us, arena cross and motocross? Obviously, I know it's outdoor or whatever, but how do you deal with the different sight lines? Because you can't, it's more confined. So how do you deal with that change? Because it's hard to practice for arena cross, isn't it?
Yeah. Arena cross is for sure, I think, tougher than arena cross and supercross. It's so hard to get a rhythm section down because if you mess up on a jump in motocross, it's no problem. But in arena cross, if you mess up a jump, then your whole rhythm section's messed up. But because arena cross has it's all consistency, and arena cross has flat corners, or it has some flat corners, but bold corners too, with no ruts. But motocross is all ruts everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Now, how did you deal with coming in second 2 years? Two times coming in second. What could you have done different to win that race?
Probably not messing up the rhythm section the first lap. Both times.
And that's what put you back?
Yep.
In your head, while it was happening in your head, did you go, were you in your head going, I shouldn't have done that? And then did you get it back, or how was it?
Yeah, I got it back all the other laps.
Yeah.
But that kid, he's just super fast. That kid that beat me both times.
Who was it?
It was Wyatt Thurman.
Wyatt, are you guys good friends?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Now you gotta go. You know what? No more friends, and you gotta put a hard pass on him. You gotta get a hard block pass. I mean, listen, it's like this. Do you want to be a champion, or do you want to be friends? If you go to friends, go to Facebook, right? What you gotta do? You gotta do a hard block pass, and when it's over, and you're spraying. Well, you're too young for champagne, but when you're spraying grape juice, whatever you guys do, and he goes, man, that was a hard pass. You go, hey, bro, I want to be a champion, and that's why it's got to be. And then you guys have a rivalry, and eventually you'll be friends again. Look at James Stewart and Chad Reed. They're finally friends now. It took 20 years, but they're finally friends now. So you put a hard block pass on him, and then you guys will have a little rivalry, and it won't matter because you'll be a champion, and he'll be chasing you, and he'll put some hard passes on you. You'll say some bad stuff about him, whatever. And by the time you're 40, I'll be dead by then. But by the time you're 40, you guys will be friends, and that's what's going to happen, man. And you'll be a champion. You'll buy mom a house. She won't have to homeschool her kids anymore. They can get real teachers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's the future plans for you, Amari? What do you want to do now? I mean, I know, or is it to turn pro? I mean, you never know. You're 12 now, but I know how kids, things change. But you might get 14 and go, you know what, Mom? I don't think I want to do this anymore. And what would happen if he did say that, Mom? If he said, you know what? I don't think I want to do this anymore. How would you take that? And would you encourage him to race some more? Or what would you do?
I would. I mean, I wouldn't want to spend money on something he's not passionate about.
Right.
I just, if that's where I want him to do what he wants to do, basically.
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Amari? Is this what you want to do as far as for the unseen future?
Yep.
You want to be a pro? And you're already sponsored, right?
Yeah.
Who's your sponsors?
It's Fast House, Schmidt Performance, Kyle Lewis, Hot Wheels, X Brand Goggles, Blackmore Ranch, Steadfast House, Maxima. Maxima, Alpine Stars. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Alpine Stars.
Look, I wore this for you. Look at that. See the Alpine Stars? See that?
Oh yeah.
See, I know a little bit. I don't just talk it. I walk it. I mean, I'm not as good as you, but I wear this because I do it. When you say doubles, I know what a double is. I got scared on a double, but I did it anyway. I've done my share of whoops. I mean, I do it too, Amari. You're not the only one, bro. I mean, not like you, but I do it. I mean, if you're ever in Indiana and you wanna, and you wanna go, just tell me, and we can take my pickup truck, and I got this little track we can go to, and we'll see who's who.
Bar to bar.
Yeah, bar to bar. Hey, let me tell you something. He would smoke me. I go to this track, and I literally took a Monday night class, this class for beginners, and it was me. It was a 9-year-old, an 8-year-old, and and a 7-year-old. And I lie to you not, I lie to you not, they were smoking me. I mean, to the point of there's this kid, and I know his dad, so I was joking. I go, hey, listen here. I go, if we go to school, I go, if both of us go in the corner together, only one of us are coming out. And he goes, okay. And I mean, we went to the corner, and I knew he was coming, and I go, I can't let this little kid beat me. And I stalled it right in the burn. I stalled it, and he went around me. I go, and I was so mad, and I was behind him. Finally got started, I got behind him, and he roosted me. I got roosted by a 7-year-old. You have no idea how that feels. I got roosted by a 7-year-old, but I'm getting better all the time, Amari. I'm getting better all the time. It's not funny, Mom. It's not funny.
Yeah.
Work hard in practice.
Well, because Wyatt Thurman, he used to ride 50s, and I was on a 65, and he would still beat me.
Well, not anymore.
He would overlap me.
Well, not now. Not now. Are you better now?
No, now we're better. Now we can
Keep
compete
up,
a little
kinda,
bit.
Yeah.
There's pictures of you, and there's one, you're sitting on the bike, and you got your goggles on, and they're mirrored goggles, and you're sitting, I go, that's the one I go, this kid's a star. I go, this is a star. And there's one where you're on a jump, and it's from the back, and I'm like, this kid's got it. I mean, do you realize what you're sitting on yet? I mean, I know you're enjoying it, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. I don't want to give you the big head because, you know, the more you go, there's going to be more competition. But you're in the greatest place for competition because you're in Southern California. That's where the best are. But do you realize how close you are to being on the big stage? And does it motivate you more, or do you even realize it?
Yeah, I get motivated.
What's your motivation? To be the best, to be a Supercross champion?
Yeah.
I mean, what's your motivation?
Yeah, for sure to be a Supercross champion, and just to be the best.
Now, do you like keep a journal? Like, I mean, because now there's so many ways of being good. Like matter of fact, I have my book here. It's called Project 369, where I write in every day what I want to manifest in my life and how I want it to, you know, how my life to be. Because I'm a firm believer you don't put a timetable on goals. You know, like, you know, people sometimes say, oh, you're too old for this, and I don't listen to them. I really don't, because that's why sometimes I do a lot of stuff by myself, because I just don't like negative energy or anybody saying something that's trying to put you down. So I have to get away from that. So do you like write your goals down and look at them every day? How do you go about setting your goals?
I don't know. I just remember them. Actually, we used to write them with my old trader, Zach Petty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he used to tell me to like write down like, you know, what I learned and what I need to work on and stuff and my goals. And I guess we just stopped doing that.
Why is that? Why?
I don't know. I don't know, really. I think we just forgot.
It's lack of practice.
Yeah.
How did you forget? You're 12. How did you forget? I have to write everything down. I had to write down that I had to interview you guys today. I mean, how did you forget? How do you forget that at 12? I mean, seriously.
I don't know.
Well, here's what you do.
I forgot that at 10, actually.
You know what? Seriously, go to bed right now. Go to bed. Me and your mom are going to talk. Go to bed. Here's what you do. Here's what you do. Get a journal, and every day you write in it, and you write down your daily goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, life goals. And in every journal you do that. And but the first page, you write down your life goals. Second page, you write down your yearly goals. Third page, write down monthly, and then write down weekly, and then daily. And you know, if you write down your life goals, it's amazing. If you look at it and leave it alone, look at it maybe once a day, leave it alone, you'd be surprised how you'll chip away at it. And it's amazing how life goes that way. You just got to keep, you know, you're going to come through setbacks, and there's nothing wrong with that. We all come through setbacks, but I think you have I really think you have the greatest nucleus of just people around you. Because I watch your Instagram. I mean, you're doing flat track. I mean, you're working on different skills there all the time. Like, have you ever thought about racing flat track?
We actually did race flat track. I did not like it. because
Why is that? Why?
I got smoked. And second of all, the track just was not fun.
But you were in the 2-stroke race on the little Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It was just he was not in a good mood that night.
Well, yeah.
I was the one that was like, just settle down. This is not like it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. I just don't like the idea. The only place I like doing flat track is Blackmore because I like sliding sideways into the corners.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the Paris one because the dirt it seemed too nice just to ride flat because I felt like there need to be jumps on there, so that's why I don't like the flat track.
But it'll help your skills. Did you look at it that way? It'll help your skill. It'll help you get better. Any kind of different kind of riding will always help you get better. That's the way I look at it. That's why I ride in everything. The rain. I mean, I've ridden in the snow before. I mean, everything. Because I think it just makes you a better rider. So even though you did get smoked, it's going to make you a better rider in everything you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were really helpful. Like the one kid
that overlapped me almost twice, he was helping me out and stuff. He was giving me tips.
Of course he did, because he was lapping you twice. Of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
if I was in second, he wouldn't be saying anything.
Exactly. So that's your goal. Your goal is for him not to say anything to you at all. That's when you know, I got him now. I'm in your head. Yeah. I'm in your head. That's what you got to do. You got to get in their head. I mean, he's cool to you now, but put that heat on him. Put that heat on him. You put heat on people, they don't talk to you anymore because they know you got it. You know? You got to do that passive aggressive stuff, like take your helmet off and get that little flip and look at him like, have a good race, bro, and then put it on. You know, just get in their head, man. That's what you got to do.
He said, do the little flip.
And I'm sure mom's going to help you, too. She'll do whatever. You know what I mean? Like, she'll be like a race mom, and she'll, you know, it's my son, you know, and she'll do something like that, and she'll help you out, you know. Now, do you really? Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna ask you, obviously James Stewart, obviously, but right now, currently, who are the riders now that you currently look up to? Because I saw you at a picture with Bam Bam, and I was like, no, that's one of my favorites, Bam Bam. When he was in the 250s, I remember him. I just remember a race. I think it was in Indianapolis, and he had the highest rev possible. He was going through. I mean, he had it pinned. And I just loved watching Bam Bam race. So who's your current favorites now?
I really like Dylan Ferrandez and Ken Roxon and Malcolm Stewart.
You know what? To be honest, I love them all. I like to see Ken win it all. I just think I really do. Here it is. I like to see Ken win it all. He's so talented. I think he's finally back from that arm injury. I still say that Eli Tomac is the most talented current rider there. I think Eli Tomac, I don't know what it was his problem the last year, but I think he's the most talented rider there ever was since James Stewart, if that makes sense. I mean, I think even James Stewart said that. I think he said if he was in his heyday and he raced Eli Tomac would be a hard out. That dude is so talented. He's so talented. But who does your riding style kind of mimic, if there is a rider out there?
Well, I was racing this Paula race, and the announcer, because I was leading, and he was talking about me, and he rides like Dylan Ferrandez, I guess, but I really don't know who I ride like. But I guess that's just what he said. Okay,
and what's your strong point? Like, what's your strongest point? Is it starts? Is it the jumps? Is it whoops? Is it just flat out speed? What's your strongest point out there?
It's probably jumps.
You like jumps?
Yeah.
And what's your weakness?
Starts.
Okay. And if you were racing you, how would you beat you?
Get a good start.
Get a good start. Like, man, this kid's starts suck. And once I get him, I got him. So what do you got to do now? You got to work on your starts, right?
Yep.
So after we get off here, instead of doing schoolwork, because mom's going to pass you anyway, you're going to get off here and you're going to work on your starts. That's what you're going to do, right?
Yep.
You got all Christmas break to work on your starts. Because one of these days, I'm going to come see you live. And I know I don't want to get in your headspace. I know you're going to try to get, in that racing mode. And I tell this to everybody, I'm the biggest geek you'll ever see when it comes to racing because, like, Chad Reed, I've always gotten on his nerves, and I always apologize when I get on here. But if I see you, I'm gonna talk to your mom first. I'm gonna let you have your space, but I want to see you get a whole shot. Is what I want to see you do.
Yep.
And I want to be your inspiration. When they go, I go, how did your starts get better? You go, you know what? I did this podcast and I talked to this dude I didn't even know, and he had me work on my starts, and that was the reason that I'm the Loretta Lynn's champion, and I can buy my mom a house now. I want some credit, and I want a Fast House jersey. You know, I want a Fast House jersey.
We'll send him an Amari shirt.
Oh yeah.
An Amari, he's got his own shirt. Look at that double. Yeah, I want that. That's what I want. And what's the 224? What does that mean? 224.
That's his number.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's my number.
How did that come about? How'd you pick that number?
Okay, so my mom's favorite number was 12. And then my older brother's favorite number was 20, or his number was 24. And you know how the Deegans have like 38, 238, and 338?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what we did. Because then my little brother is 324. So it goes 24, 224, and then 324.
That's too much math for me. Okay, well, good for you guys. Yeah, you're confusing me now. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, good luck. I mean, good luck. Now, do the Deegans know that they were your inspiration? Have you met him?
Yeah, I have.
Was he cool to you?
Yeah.
Great. That's good to hear, man. Sometimes they say never meet your heroes, but he just seems like he'd be a cool dude to meet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How about the Stewarts? You met the Stewarts yet?
I've met the dad, and I've met Malcolm, but not James.
Was Malcolm really cool to you?
Mhm.
Malcolm seems like he's really, really cool. How about Swole, Jalek Swole? Have you met him yet?
I think I've taken a picture with him.
He gave you, Husqvarna gave him.
Oh, yeah, Husqvarna gave me a number plate from him.
Because he has his number for Loretta's.
Yeah.
Oh, and are you racing a Husky? Yeah, what is your bike? We didn't even get to that. What kind of bike you ride?
I ride a Husky 85.
Oh, nice, man. I'm telling you, I honestly think the sky's the limit for you. I really do. And I think you're going to have your head on I think your head's going to always be on square on your shoulders. I think your mom's always going to be there with that little, come here, young man. I mean, I think she's always going to be there for you. I can just tell that from her. Like I said, I just feel so bad when I was like, hey, tell your dad I want to interview. Go, this is his mom. And he can do it. And I just felt this big. I go, yep, you know what? I deserve that. I mean, I'm so glad you didn't, but yeah, I deserve that. I just was, wow. Never thought. So I just think it's,
I didn't take it any.
I just think it's beautiful. And like I said in the message, I just think I love racing families because I wanted to do it. And, my dad's great, but at the time, I knew he wasn't going to do it. And I just love me because it makes the bond that much tighter, especially between you and your mom. And so, I mean, it's one thing for a dad. I think that's great. Don't get me wrong. But for you and your mom to be tight like that and her always in your corner, man, do you realize how lucky you are for that? Even though you're draining her financially, do you realize how lucky you are? I mean,
yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, sometimes you don't realize it. When you I didn't realize how lucky we had it till I got older, and I was like, wow, Dad really put that work in. So for your mom to be there and always be there, for a racing mom to be at a racetrack, I mean, do you realize how lucky you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking, man. I just want you to, to give props to your mom, man, because when it's all said and done, it's all about family. When it's all over and your motocross career is over, hopefully it won't be for another 20 years, hopefully, you always have your mom and she always has your back. And I think that is so beautiful, man. Now, what I want to know more than anything is what's the closest you guys got to an all-out just argument, like at the racetrack, to where he did something you didn't like, or just like where you go, you know what? One more time, and you're going to your room. I mean, tell me the worst it's ever gotten.
I've threatened to stop motocross completely.
What did he do? What did he do?
I didn't hit a rip. No, that was after him in that day.
No, he just seemed like he wasn't trying.
Yeah.
Which maybe he was. Kids have bad days.
Right.
But I just expected more, and then he had this attitude of carefreeness after this horrible loss, and I was like, bro, that doesn't even bother you?
Oh, I
Like,
love that.
little.
When mom is competitive like that, you have no idea. That is so much. That's so much more refreshing than having a mom like, "It's okay, darling." I mean, dude, that is the best in the world right there. You know why? Because that comes from your competitiveness as a volleyball player.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that's what helps. That's why I ask you, did you do any sports? Because if you've done sports before and there's that little bit that's still in you where you watch them compete and you go, listen, I'm spending all this money and we're doing this and we're packing up and I got to bring all these kids here and you're going to act like it's just a day at the beach. It ain't a day at the beach, son. If you want to do that, you go ride around in the front yard and I'll go do my kinesiology someplace else.
Exactly. You sound like, were you there? I swear you were there. That's exactly
I feel like I'm a pseudo dad. I'll be a pseudo dad right now. I'll be the stepdad you never wanted. Okay, I'll be, and that's what I feel like. I mean, honestly, I don't have any kids of my own, so I'm gonna live vicariously through you. And so I understand where mom's coming from. Like, we have no problem spending all our money and mortgaging the house and doing whatever mom's got to do. I mean, seriously, I'm sure she's selling Amway or whatever on the side, trying to, whatever she has to do to get your racing career on that you have no idea what she's doing. And you're just going to be like, oh, well, I got third. And she wants to go, come here, let me tell you something about third place. Third place is the second loser. You understand me? So, yeah. So give your mom
remembers third place.
yeah, no. You're going to be immortal is what you're going to be because of your mom. So, Mom, thank you for letting me talk to your son. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I just love, honestly, I said it from the bottom of my heart. When you said I'm his mom and then you said, yeah, it's great. Right there. And when you said he's got to do his schoolwork first before we do this, that's when I said, I love this family. And I talked to 3 families before. I mean, you're my 3rd family I talked to, and I love that bond. And this is the first time I talked to where the racer, it was his mom. And this is the first time of that. And I just think it's beautiful to watch. It really is. I mean, you're going to look back on this and go, wow, man, mom was there every step of the way. So, man, listen, you're a star, bro. All you got to do now is do the rest of it. Get your work in. Work out, take all the losses, learn from your losses, keep a journal, write down what you did wrong, work on your weakness till your weakness is your strength. And I'm telling you right now, Amari, you're going to be a champion. You're going to be a champion in life, and you're going to be a champion on that track. And for 2 reasons. 1, because of your mom, and 1, because you're going to set your goals, and you don't want to lose. Never be a loser. You're going to be the best, man. I have no doubt about that. So I want some, and I want some free swag once you become big. That's all I want. I want you to be at the Motocross of Nations, and they go, "Hey, that's Amari," and I go, "Hold on." You go, "Hold on, guys, that's BT. What's going on, bro?" And I go, "Amari," and you're like, so that's what's gonna happen. So listen, we're gonna get out of here. I want to thank you guys so much. Is there anything else you want to say? Anything you want to plug or anything before we get out of here?
Nope.
How about you, Mom?
No, just thank you for having us on.
Yeah, thank you.
No, thank you guys. Like I said, man, I'm not just blowing smoke. I know talent when I see it. When I saw that picture of him on the dirt bike like this, and he had the gear on, and I was like, yeah, man. The picture you holding the trophies from Day in the Dirt, I go, yeah, man, this kid's got it all. You just got to put it together, get better every year. Kaizen is what the Japanese call it. That's improvement every day. You're going to be there, man. So thank you so much, Amari. Thank you, Amari's mom. Thank you guys for watching Tales from the Gemini. I appreciate you. If you guys got any questions, hit me up on direct message or just leave a comment. And you know what I say about this time. You know the word. Peace.